Welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. Do you happen to find yourself in the market for a new waifu? Many of us anime fans, otaku, weebs, we got one. But do you want a new one? You want one that's a fox god, a kitsune? Well, this whole anime is damn near a advertisement to sell you one. Okay, so this anime involves Senko-san. Senko-san is a fox goddess sent from heaven to help out Kuroto. Kuroto, he's basically this guy who's a good guy, works his ass off, and is basically building up a large level of stress and depression, which is shown by the dark aura around him. Senko-san, seeing this up in heaven, along with a couple other of her goddess pals, superiors, whatever the relationship is there, I'm not too sure, sees this. He reminds him of someone in her past, bigger part of the story that you learn later on, and decides to come down and help him. This 800-year-old fox goddess that looks like a lolly. Total lolly with a big fluffy tail. What does she do to calm this guy down, to make him happier, to get that darkness away, get that stress away? Pampers the hell out of him. One of her lines is that she says that she is both a wife and a mother, which in Alabama terms would not work out very well, but that's not what she means. Basically what she means is that she's trying to do wifely duties, traditional, old school wifely duties, cook, clean, make things comfortable for the guy or whatever, and the motherly duties, caring, helping them develop, taking care of other needs and stuff. Just basically trying to be as helpful as possible. Period. The helpful fox Senko-san. And she does this by basically portraying herself as like the ideal waifu. Does everything for him. Pampers the hell out of this guy. And it works. And it ends up kind of creating this little, it's a light comedy. It's almost like slice of life, light comedy, a little bit of everything mixed in. And it's almost kind of like a calming anime. You watch it and everything, and it's like, okay, you get a little bit of a laugh here, you get a little bit of entertainment here, and overall, it's kind of calming and just fun to watch. It's a pleasure to watch. But now there has to be a little bit of conflict, right? So you bring in Shiro. Shiro is another fox goddess. Now, she comes across as a little holier than thou kind of deal. Like, she wants to come down and start pampering Kuroto because she doesn't think Senko is doing the job properly. Senko's doing just fine, and Kuroto, he has this fascination with their tails. Like, it's like they're really soft and fluffy, and he's always about fluffing the tail. There's other things you can think about there, but it's all about fluffing the tail. Just like legitimately, just cuddling up to the tail, nice soft tail, like a pillow. Nothing else to it. It's fine. But Shiro, she comes across as being just arrogant, But she actually has good intentions. In all reality, she's friends with Senko. Senko went off to live and help with this guy. Shiro more or less gets bored, makes up an excuse to come down to the human world and kind of coexist and visit and stuff. And she ends up basically just showing up and playing video games all the time and talking some trash and then going back up to heaven until the next day when she comes back and to pick up her saved game. Yeah, that's pretty much her life. Yep. And then you have Yasuko. Yasuko, she is Kuroto's neighbor, a manga artist. Very much does not go hardly anywhere, is often sleep deprived, and is constantly trying to create manga. The whole typical mangaka, under pressure, overworked, underpaid type mentality. And she actually does really good at it, but she gets to a point where she thinks she starts to hallucinate, because every once in a while, like, Shiro will pop through a wall. They have godly powers. Okay, they can go through walls, stuff like that, fly. Shoot foxfire out of their hands, stuff like that. And she catches a glimpse of this every once in a while and thinks she's hallucinating and doesn't think anything of it. So it's a good thing she's the neighbor, because she's basically clueless, even though she sees the proof right in front of her eyes. Side note that I probably should have mentioned, they're trying to keep all that on the down low, the whole fox goddess thing, you know. Yasuko is so airheaded, lack of common sense, whichever one it is that she thinks that Senko is cosplaying some anime character and doing it very, very well, because there's some huge similarities there. She just thinks she's in cosplay all the time and really a dedicated otaku, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, Yozora. Who is Yozora? Yozora is basically Shiro and Senko's superior up in Fox Heaven, or whatever that is. I don't, Eden, maybe? I don't know. But basically a big, busty, seductive fox goddess that is like these two's boss, has to oversee everything and make sure things go the way that they should go, whatever the heck that is. Because this anime is basically selling Senko-san as a waifu. I mean, that's what it is. Episode after episode after episode. It's cute. It's fun. It can be funny. It's entertaining. There's a little bit of animosity and stress thrown in there from, you know, the other fox goddesses and stuff. It all plays out really well. It's a good anime. But the premise is basically selling you, Senko-san, as your next waifu. It really is. It's so poignant. Now, could that just be the nature of the character? I can definitely see that argument. But somebody created this character, so they had intentions to go that route, and it did, and people like Senko-san. And I'm one of the people that did like Senko-san. I watched the whole series. It was great. I do want a season 2, absolutely. But is this something that I'm like dying for? Am I really, really, really wanting a season 2? I can't say that I am. Because if it's just more of pampering Kuroto and being waifu material and stuff like that, if that's all the show is, well, they already did that. There's not much more variation that they can really go unless they advance their relationship beyond, you know, just Senko there pampering the guy and being a servant / wife / mother, Alabama. Yeah, I need to not mention that. I just need to not. Anyways, if you're looking for an anime where you just want to sit back, have a little bit of a smile, relax, this is definitely the anime to do it. It's entertaining enough to lift your spirits, and it's easy enough on the mind, I guess, to let you just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. That's what it is, and that's why you should like, subscribe, hit that notification button. More comedy videos to come. I love my comedy anime. I really do. I'll be more diverse later on and everything, but I got to get my comedy anime out of the way. I'll see you in the next video.